Thousands of years ago, humans willingly walked into endless darkness for a reason we still don't fully understand. Walking for hours into complete darkness, yet something strange exists deep underground. Cave walls filled with paintings, horses running across stone, bison frozen in motion, handprints pressed into rock. But why go so deep to paint? The answer begins in fear. Ancient humans feared the open world. Predators ruled the surface. Darkness meant safety. Caves were protective shelters. Inside, fire flickered against the stone. Shadows danced like spirits. The cave became a sacred place, not just shelter, but meaning, a connection to something unseen. Early humans observed nature closely. Every animal mattered for survival. Hunting required deep understanding. Movements of prey were studied. Memory became a survival power. Painting helped preserve that memory, a visual record of knowledge, not for decoration, but survival. Each line had a purpose. Each shape held meaning. But why deep inside caves? Because darkness created focus. No distractions existed underground. Silence was absolute. Humans entered trance-like states. Firelight sharpened my imagination. Walls became living surfaces. Animals seemed to move. Paint became reality. Art became experience. Some believe it was a ritual, a spiritual connection to animals. Hunters prayed before expeditions. Paintings acted like offerings, asking for hunting success, asking for survival, asking for balance with nature. The cave was a temple, not built, but discovered. Nature itself was sacred. Others believe it was teaching. Elders guiding younger members. Explaining animal behavior visually. Showing hunting strategies. Teaching through symbols. Long before written language. Walls were the first classroom. Stories were drawn, not spoken. Knowledge survived through images. Culture began to form. Cave depth also mattered. Deeper areas were harder to reach. Only selected individuals entered, possibly shamans or leaders. This created exclusivity, a controlled sacred space. The power of mystery increased. Darkness amplified belief. The sound echoed like spirits. Reality felt different underground. Some paintings are 40,000 years old, found in Europe and Asia. Lascaux caves show incredible detail. Altamira reveals powerful animals. These were not random drawings, they show advanced observation. Muscle movement is captured. Motion is deeply understood. Even perspective appears naturally. Ancient minds were highly skilled. Painting tools were simple. Charcoal from burnt wood, natural pigments from earth, ochre for red and yellow, animal fat as binding agent, fingers used as brushes, bones used to spray paint. Creativity overcame limitations. Simplicity created timeless art. Innovation began here. But danger existed underground. Narrow passages blocked escape. Total darkness without fire. Oxygen was limited, yet they still went deeper. This shows strong motivation. Art was worth the risk, meaning outweighed fear. Expression was essential. Something powerful drove them. Some caves show no living space. Only art exists there. No signs of daily life. This suggests a special purpose, not ordinary shelters. These were intentional sites, possibly for ceremonies or initiation rituals, or group bonding, shared identity formation. Handprints appear frequently. Negative hand stencils on walls, blow-painted pigments used, each hand marks presence. I was here message, identity across generations. First human signatures, a timeless human urge to be remembered, to exist beyond time. Cave acoustics also matter. Sound echoes deeply inside. Drumming produces vibrations. Echoes feel supernatural. Ritual sound effects are likely used, enhancing spiritual experience. Painting and sound combined, multi-sensory storytelling, early form of performance, ancient immersive experience. Animals painted are often hunted. Horses, deer, bison dominate. Rare predators also appear. Symbol of power and fear, maybe tracking hunting cycles, maybe spiritual representation, maybe both meanings coexist. Ancient thinking was layered, not simple or linear. Deep symbolic understanding existed. Some paintings overlap others. Layers of time visible. Different generations contributed. Caves became living archives. Continuous cultural evolution. No single artist existed. It was a collective expression, community-based creation, shared identity through art. Humanity begins to emerge. Light sources were crucial. Torches guided deep movement. Fat lamps burned slowly. Smoke filled narrow tunnels. Artists worked in harsh conditions. Limited visibility shaped style. Bold lines became necessary. Simplicity enhanced clarity. Darkness shaped creativity. Environment shaped art. Why not paint outside? Outside was exposed and risky. Weather erased fragile pigments. Wind and rain destroyed art. Caves preserved permanence. Stone protected expression. Deep walls ensured survival. Art became eternal. Time was preserved underground. Memory locked in stone. Some symbols remain unknown. Abstract signs appear everywhere. Dots, lines, and grids. Their meaning is debated. Possibly early language, possibly clan symbols, possibly counting systems. Mystery still remains. The ancient mind is partially hidden. Interpretation continues today. Modern scientists study pigments. Carbon dating reveals age. Archaeology uncovers layers. Technology reveals secrets. But the meaning is still uncertain. We see, but do not fully understand. Ancient intent is partly lost, yet emotional power remains. Art still speaks across time. Humanity connects through it. Cave painting may be consciousness evolution, first external human imagination, thoughts turned into images. Invisibility became visible. The mind expanded beyond the body. Symbolic thinking was born, foundation of modern intelligence. Culture began in darkness. Creativity shaped survival. Humanity transformed forever. Deep caves were not random places. They were chosen intentionally for meaning, memory, and mystery. Each painting had a purpose. Each wall held a story. Each symbol carried belief. Humans were becoming storytellers. Storytelling became a survival tool. Knowledge became shared. Civilization foundations formed. Imagine entering those caves. Darkness swallows every step. Firelight revealing painted beasts. Echoes bouncing through stone. Heart beating with fear and awe. Reality dissolves into symbols. Time feels infinite. Humans connect with something greater. Art becoming ritual. Ritual becoming identity. And still we wonder today, why risk everything for paint? Because meaning matters more than survival. Because expression defines humanity. And deep inside darkness, humanity first found its voice. Not through words, but through images. On stone walls, in silent caves. Those paintings still exist, silent but powerful. Speaking across 40,000 years, telling stories we still decode, teaching us who we were and who we became. Art was never just art. It was a survival memory. It was a belief system. It was an identity. Deep caves preserved humanity's first mind, a mind learning to imagine, a mind learning to create, a mind becoming human. And it all began in darkness.